The breaking news tonight from Detroit's east side. Police have returned to the scene where they made a $17 million drug bust just last night.
2 men from West Bloomfield are in custody, but the investigation...
By the start of the 21st century, the once storied American Mafia was in disarray. On the streets the Italian mob once ruled, a new syndicate was taking over, run by tough, ambitious Albanian immigrants who still clung to a code of silence.
A lot of our FBI resources have gone into investigating traditional organized crime in the past. We're just now catching up with Albanian organized crime.
In 2005, agents realized the only way to break this network was to get someone on the inside. So the FBI sent in an undercover, posing as a fellow gangster.
Albanian organized crime has never really been penetrated to the extent that the undercover on this investigation was able to do. Little by little, as of course time goes on, we're able to identify 25, 26, 30 people that are now part of this loosely-knit group.
Most importantly, the undercover managed to form a friendship with the group's alleged leaders, Kwitim Lika, called Timmy by American associates, and Mifit Dika, also known as...
Welcome back to the Underworld Podcast. I am your host, Danny Gold. I'm here with Sean Williams, and this is the podcast where we take you into the secret world.
Now dead Grosse Pointe CEO and an alleged drug kingpin accused by the feds of trying to engineer a cocaine submarine to move drugs around the world. Mara McDonald live at the federal courthouse downtown. It's been a wild case since we first learned about it, and now, Mara, a grand jury with an indictment.
Devin, I know the details of this case sound absolutely fantastical to people, but they are all detailed in federal court documents that actually read like a thriller. Let me show you. 43-year-old Uli Didani is accused of running an international drug trafficking operation, indicted by a grand jury. Here's the tale of the accused drug kingpin and now deceased Grosse Pointe CEO Marty Tibbetts. The feds allege Didani was moving cocaine through Michigan to points across the globe, and he conspired with Tibbetts to craft a cocaine submarine nicknamed the Torpedo, which would affix itself to the bottom of container ships with magnets and be controlled by a modem and GPS antenna. On board the Torpedo, large quantities of cocaine. When those container ships would reach Europe, the cocaine sub would disengage and then be picked up by a fishing boat controlled.
Drugs confiscated, along with more than $500,000 in cash. We were first to break this story. Drug trafficking ring are behind bars. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette was live on Facebook and tweeting as the FBI conducted raids in Pontiac. Simon shows us how the alleged operation used the Postal Service to ship cocaine, fentanyl, and other drugs, and how they got busted.
Neighbors here on Liberty Street woke up to
Van Dyke. The suspects reportedly admitted to officers they were transporting the drugs for a Mexican cartel. Police found 20,000 fentanyl pills disguised as OxyContin.
By Didani's organization. Tonight, Didani has been indicted by a federal grand jury. Tibbetts died 2 years ago.
Something right out of a movie plot. Planes, fancy cars, weapons, cash, and hardcore drugs, all seized as part of a 4-year federal undercover investigation. Authorities say the ring operated between here and Canada and overseas to the Balkans. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Fleischer in Lincoln Park with our story tonight. Tim?
And Bill, this Balkan criminal enterprise, as federal investigators tell us.
Most of the arrests were made here in the city. An agency arrests 37 people alleged to be part of an international drug ring led by Albanians. Most of the arrests were made here in the city, New Jersey, Colorado, and Florida. One of the alleged ringleaders was arrested in Albania. They're accused of distributing tens of thousands of kilograms of marijuana, cocaine, and prescription medications. The DEA says the organization is also responsible for laundering tens of millions of dollars. They say they also recovered 18